and they were just playing around. But what I'm saying is, if they don't want you to have a phone and they see that you're on social media, they're going to come get that unless you're putting out videos supporting their position and you're causing chaos and you're spreading that hate. And how someone from a SOY yard that's in protective custody being brave or anything, they should. How come they're not doing that from the main line?
Right, that was the infamous Ronnie Yandell, Ronnie Yandell, alleged leader of the Aryan Brotherhood. And what I want to speak on is the fact that Powder put Tony from Stories Written by a Current Prisoner, he put his life in danger. And the way that he did it was so slick. All right, first of all, what I want to explain to you is the fact that prisoners are very intelligent. Don't think just because a guy's in prison, he doesn't know how to think. After years and years of conditioning to that prison psychological environment where you have to be just as intelligent as physically fit, these guys know how to use their mouth as a tool. So you can't say, oh, something must have slipped his mind and he said Tony's last name by mistake. No, it didn't happen that way. First of all, these guys have been writing code, subliminal languages, speaking in code on the phone and through letters for years and years. So their mind is conditioned to think on the spot. So they can have a fluid conversation, totally normal, and they can just have a slip of the tongue or say something that they shouldn't have said, and you'd say, using your societal never been in prison mindset, oh, he must have just said that by mistake, he's speaking really fast, so I guess he just lost track of his thoughts and messed up. No, he didn't mess up, he did that intentionally. So I'm going to try to get to that part. I'm looking at this is the video that Powder actually revealed his name, but I should have found the part before I made this video. But
my whole entire perspective and to tell these stories, of course, everything that I'm saying. Now, one thing I want to get clear is that IGI, they're not forcing me. With Mr. Tony De La Torre, when I met up with him and he discovered.
All right, so that's the part. And I'm sorry, Tony. I'm so sorry, Tony, but the video's already out there, buddy. I love you, Tony. And I'm just doing this to defend you, okay? But the video is up on this channel. This is Powder's real channel. I posted another channel where Powder, the same exact video was posted on another account, and I actually thought that was his account, but what I just showed you is his real account. So the Aryan Brotherhood is aware of the situation. The Aryan Brotherhood is aware of the fact that Tony, not just Tony, but there's a community of people, Norteños, Sureños, AB, former prisoners, who are out there speaking on active cases, active homicides, you know what I mean? And the AB, check it out. I feel like I'm in the AB with all this ink. Yeah, I really wish I had the guts to actually really ink up, but when I put a shirt on, you can't see it. But basically what I'm saying is the AB and Ronnie Yandell are very aware of the people who are former Aryan Brother associates or members who are out there on YouTube speaking about current criminal activity, past criminal activity that IGI, the internal gang investigation people, can actually line things up. Okay, this guy Powder said that in November he got the keys to the yard. Okay, we noticed that in November there was a surge of violence, there was a surge of stabbings. The white inmates had to be locked down. They were sent to the SHU. Okay, so this must be true because there was an uptick in violence as soon as he hit that particular yard. He said he got the package of dope from Ronnie Yandell. He got it through this guy named Steve and Sylvester. Steve and Sylvester actually came to the prison the same day as him. Okay, so we know that he was actually on the yard at the same time as him. He says that in the kitchen they used to trade off syringes. Okay, at that time in our paperwork it says that Bill, Dave, and Steve worked in the kitchen. Oh, Powder was in the kitchen. That's how cases get solved. And what Powder did when he was speaking, it's just like this. For example, let's say I'm having a conversation with somebody, right? And I accidentally leaked their address, right? Check it out. Well, yeah, Steve, he actually went to the bar with me the other day, and we had some really good Long Island iced tea. Steve was in a beautiful mood, you know what I mean? And then after that, we went home. We waited on the Uber. The Uber took a really, really long time. We actually had to wait 40 minutes because there were no Ubers in our particular area, so we had to get an outside Uber that was far, far, far away. Then he took us to 1845 Keswick Lane, and then, after that, I went home. When a prisoner says something like that, you can't say, oh, it was a slip of the tongue. No, he did that intentionally. Powder has been in prison since '04. Powder was in a gang before he got into prison, a street gang in Riverside. Then when he got into prison, he became a prospect for Peni. Then he joined Peni. Then he ran. You know, not really brand, but he was working for the brand. He had the keys to several yards, and he called shots through the brand. He was like an associate of the brand, and he was actually documented brand. He was actually in the hole with the brand, and he was documented and labeled as brand. Even though he was an associate, he was actually on the books as brand by IGI. So Powder is smart enough to know that you can't make fatal mistakes like that. But Powder's tongue and his mouth is a weapon, just like guys in prison. It's a dirty game. You know, you got to watch yourself. The tongue is the most powerful weapon. You know, these guys are very intelligent. They know big words. They know how to they know how to hem you up with their language. Okay. So yeah, man, I just think it's terrible. Ronnie Yandell is aware of the situation, but due to the fact that he's facing an open RICO case, he's not going to really do anything. I'm not saying that Tony's life is in danger, but it can be in danger. You never know. I mean, Ronnie Yandell is going to be on his best behavior until this case is finished with. But at the same time, why would you do that, Powder? That man gave you life, and here you are on other channels promoting yourself, telling more stories, benefiting from what Tony gave to you. Powder makes a lot of money from donations and stuff like that. And now that he totally backstabbed Tony, he's on some other guy's channel. Basically, he's going to backstab him too, probably. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's sad. Powder definitely put Tony's life in danger, but Tony's a smart guy. He knows how to move, and, yeah, it's terrible. Ronnie Yandell spoke on this in the beginning of the video. That was a clip of Ronnie Yandell, and he is aware of the situation. And like I said, Powder, you could have got that boy killed. You should be ashamed.